Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
I'm Jenny McCafferty with the Michigan Golfer, and we're in Manistee, Michigan, and with us is W. Bruce Matthews III, and we're going to call him Bruce today. How's that, Bruce?
Great. Good morning.
And you are part of a really legendary Michigan golf course architecture family, starting with your grandfather, right?
Correct. He started in 1925.
Woo! Wow. And Grand Haven was home base for him?
Grand Haven was home base. Grand Haven Golf Club was owned by the family. My Uncle Jerry also designed golf courses, and my dad ran Grand Haven Golf Club, which I was raised on.
So you grew up on the golf course?
Golf is all I know. I wasn't smart enough to get out of it.
Well, Bruce, you've designed many courses in Michigan and internationally, but your focus has really been on remodeling courses, right?
That's correct. That's correct. I take a great deal of pleasure in working with a club, solving a problem, and working on the hole so it improves strategically, and then they can reallocate maintenance resources if necessary, and change the play, but keep the history within the club.
It's interesting because you not only are working with an owner and a piece of land, but a previous architect, and that's got to be a challenge.
That's where the fun is to learn what the architect did. How did he do his bunkers? How did he design a golf hole? Where did he put his tees? And then learning about that architect, seeing what he did on that property, and then mimicking what he did.
Oh.
So it's fun. It's fun being a chameleon.
No kidding. And so each one is different, obviously.
Absolutely. And each club has different goals. So that you throw that in, and when you're working with a committee of 8 to 12 people, that everybody has an opinion. It's a lot of fun.
Well, let's talk about one that we've recently seen called Cascade Hills Country Club in Grand Rapids. It's an amazing place because you can stand up on a bluff and see the whole course right below you, and that had some interesting drainage challenges. Let's talk about that one.
Cascade Hills is just finished up. They had 27 holes. The third 9 had drainage problems. It was the last wetland golf course to go in Michigan in 1984, and my Uncle Jerry did it. So the water level raised, and the golf course suffered from playability problems where there's very poor drainage, no air circulation, hard to grow grass down there, and the golfers really didn't like playing it under those conditions. So
how do you take it and fix the drainage and the playability and the wind?
What we did was we changed it to a par 3 golf course, and the par 3 has 3 different loops, so you can play 2 holes, 3 holes, 6 holes, or 9 holes, 4 loops, pardon me, so that you can go down there, and if you have a half hour, if you have 45 minutes, or if you have 2 hours, you can go down there and play. And what we also added was a putting course. We've got a 2-acre putting course, which you can just go out and have fun on. So we've got the smaller course, which is totally different than the original 18, and then we donated back 25 acres of land that we let revert to wetlands, and we added some nesting areas. So they've got some real interesting wetland and upland nesting areas to increase the diversity of the ecology as well as playing golf. We also have bike trails in there, which is another passive use. So we're looking at multiple uses on that same piece of property.
So are the wetlands now around the edges or in the middle or both?
The wetlands are basically around the edges of what we've got on the new course.
Wow, that's that's very cool. And I was struck by the name they gave to one of the holes. They call it the punch bowl, which was kind of funny because there's this huge putting course, and there's another putting course out at Bandon Dunes, I think, that's called the punch bowl. So I'm not sure where that name comes from.
Well, the punch bowl is the punch bowl green, where it's set into the hillside and you just depress the green into the hillside. It's not an uncommon green, but not very few people know what the original green was called, and we've all copied it several times. But it's one where you can hit into the hillside, and if you miss the green, you bounce back onto the green.
So on the Cascade Hills Country Club course, it's pretty interesting because you, as I said, you can kind of see the whole thing laid out in front of you. And how does the water that's there now and the drainage, how's that different from what you had to contend with?
We've got the golf course all on the uplands, so we're well above the water table, where the older course was sitting right there at water table. So we just took advantage of the uplands, and we did so by shortening the golf course. Naturally, it was a limited piece of property, so instead of having a par 36, we have a par 27. So we went with a totally different theme and option on it.
So in one sense, it's a remodel, but in another sense, you really started from scratch.
It's a brand new golf course.
Brand new.
Brand new 9 holes on what an existing 9 holes was. So it's the 9 holes, putting course, bike trails, nature area. So it,
And so were you involved in planning the bike trails too?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I did it in conjunction with a group out of Pennsylvania, but they were
Okay.
design build, but I put the bike trails adjacent to golf holes so that the two are compatible.
Sure, because you don't want people walking across the green in the middle of a tournament or any time, really.
That's correct. That's
Yeah,
correct.
it's just people walking on golf courses are scary for owners, I think.
Yep,
Yeah.
but it really works well here. So and it's really a fun walk and fun bike ride. It's interesting place.
I was tempted, so I hope to go back and give it a shot. one
You
of
will,
these days.
you will, because you're riding through nature, up and down the hills, and it's a lot of fun. Those trails are a lot of fun.
Sure. So, what's the most distinguishing thing you'd say about Cascade Hills Country Club? What they're calling, I think, the wheat course.
Cascade Hills is an excellent club. They're going to be 100 years old in 2 years, so it's been there a while, and the membership is a very active and thriving membership. It's really a neat group of people. And the golf course, the original 18 is a Jack DeRay design, and he also designed Hastings Country Club. It's a very interesting golf course, and it's a very, very well maintained parkland golf course, and it's a lot of fun to play. It's a very challenging course, and then when you add the new course, which is totally different, it's the wheat course on the south side of the road. It gives them a lot of different options that they can play.
Knowing their courses are well maintained must have been a real plus when you're putting it together.
It is. Maintenance is the key. People look at design, but maintenance overshadows design 100% of the time. I'm sorry to say.
But it's so boring to talk about.
It may be boring to talk about, but it's key to the playability.
Of course.
People realize that.
It's all behind the scenes, I guess.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Cascade Hills has been top-notch club for a long time.
Well, thank you for talking with us about the brand new Cascade Hills Country Club wheat course, and we'll talk to you about some other courses later.
Thanks.